move like drop. Fuck that door like
What's up? What's good? Welcome to the Locked In Paris, Locked In podcast, Locked In, goddamn relaxing, chillaxing, bro. We made it. Came for Fashion Week. See how I brought the energy on camera a little bit?
You got to.
Came for Fashion Week, bro. I got invited by these guys, you know. Big boss man Amir. And we got Big all day. Big Cuz. Biggest salesman.
This
Man's
only
been
my
doing
second
this
time out here.
since goddamn this high.
Baby, 5 years old, dressing grown men.
I know you talked about some of that on the last podcast, but
I did actually.
I hear more and more stories and just you like, oh, hey, bro, Wayne used to be in the elevator. Wayne's driver used to come, Miami, Club Live, all on the floor.
Yeah, life was a movie.
So this is like this was foreseeing like you coming out to Paris, like, you know, like that's part of it's just something that's just always been attracted to you type shit. Like it finds you, you know.
Facts. That's how I feel. You know,
Really?
I think honestly, it's more like I always knew I would be around like the biggest people in the industry. You know, like growing up as a kid, my cousin played ball at Florida State, so like I grew up around all these NFL players. You know,
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, I used to think like, man, one of these days I'm gonna have to like network with the ball players. You know, like I always thought I was gonna play ball. You know,
Right.
so I thought I would be that guy. But yeah, it's cool to just like be here and like live it out. You know what I'm saying? Be in the same room as Ye. Be in the same room as Bari. Be in the
Well,
same
that's a
room as
whole
Neymar,
story.
You know, like, we're just here. We're chilling. It's nothing.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't even ask for pictures. Oh, what's up? You know, just plant the seed. You know, like one day they'll see us there and they'll be like, man, I think I remember these guys. You know,
Right. And plus, I mean, besides all like the groupie shit, like niggas and fucking celebrities and superstars and shit. I mean, it was dope for me to come out on my first time and actually like work. You know
Right.
what it means to work during the Paris Fashion Week. Not like my bad. You got to kind of talk like.
Oh,
towards
my
the middle
bad.
type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Honestly, that's why I love being here because it is for work at the end of the day. You know.
Right.
I like family vacations. You know, this is my family, of course, but at the same time, like, you know, if this was a vacation, I think same thing for Amir too. If it was a vacation, we probably wouldn't be here. You know, probably go to Jordan or, we'll go somewhere tropical, especially this time of the year.
Right.
'Cause, we're in Paris in the winter. Rocking puffers, hoodies, layered up for work. Really,
Copping gloves.
copping gloves. My guy got the Raf Simmons gloves.
Yeah, I got the Raf. I'm gonna go flex these real quick. Some Raf mohair gloves. Honestly, bro, I'm never gonna wear these. These are dumb hard, anyways. But I'm never gonna wear these again. I'm already knowing. Like, might wear them for some shoots or I don't know, but like, not for the most part.
Yeah,
We was in the nice boutique. I didn't see so much cool shit that I wanted to buy that day, and I needed the gloves.
facts. We didn't need the gloves. We were talking about gloves for the first 2 days because it's so cold out here.
Yeah.
That wind is serious.
To go back to like working while out here, man, I think one of the biggest things for me was when we pulled up to the Casablanca showroom.
Yeah, that was their showroom's always beautiful.
Bro, it was so amazing. And like, just like the process of like, so it's, you go to these showrooms and then they'll have the whole new collection, this time it was autumn, winter, spring, summer. I mean, autumn, winter 22. And the fashion show was literally the day before. The next day you go in and you make purchases for whatever like boutique you have or whatever purpose. And so yeah, we were doing that. But the thing I was getting at is basically you set up this rack and you pick clothes from the selections and you put it on the rack so you can organize it and see, make your own full collection of what fits your store. And it's cool. It's like you bet on certain pieces and just get to choose what you like. But that whole like
Right.
the process going through the different rooms had different clothes ready to wear. They had
Different little, like different styles too. Like,
Different
remember there was like
styles.
the jewelry and the accessory room. And then we had like the silks room. And then
Right.
We had like the mainline like tracksuits and stuff,
they had an outerwear hallway.
Outerwear, yep. So everything was like broken up, which was cool. It makes it easy for you. You go here, okay, these will be the tees we get,
Right.
These will be the jackets we get. And then you throw it on the rack so you can make sure you can like get an idea of how you're gonna merchandise it too, do some of the work there.
Right.
So when it touches down, you already have an idea. You know it's gonna look good next to each other. Because that's a big thing too, These collections have so many different pieces. It's like you kind of have to stick to one theme a lot of times.
Right. And I think a lot of people think that you can just like go and maybe just buy like the hardest jackets that you see on Grailed
Right.
or something like that, and like, oh, why don't you just buy this piece, like this denim jacket and these and this, and like, no, you have to make it a whole thing. You need some tees on there, you need a hoodie, you need
Right.
some pants, you need an outerwear piece.
And like you said, like, you know, you're betting on these pieces. You don't know what's gonna hit. You know, you don't know. There were some probably Raf Simmons accounts that didn't order some of the bombers that resell for 20 bands now. You know,
Right.
Rick accounts that didn't reorder those or that didn't order those bombers originally.
Right.
So like, you know, it's like buying is very important. It's the most important part of this business, in my opinion. You know, of course, like customer service, but as far as like behind the scenes, buying makes or breaks a store. You know, and I think we have one of the best buyers
No, for
in
sure.
the world. You know, and then he incorporates the entire team, of course, but he does a very good job at you know, bringing pieces. You know, and not just like graphic tees because he knows they're gonna sell.
And Amir's fast too.
Very fast.
Like he's like, oh, that's good. I like that. He'll ask you maybe one time, like, you like this? You're sitting there thinking like, yeah, fuck, do I like that shit? Tell him yes or no. Yeah, he'll be all right. Throw it on there.
Right. And that's kind of how you have to be. Because if you overthink it, you know, you'll always, if you look at anything too long, you'll find something you don't like, or you'll find something you do like. So it's like quick glance, you like it or not. You know,
First impression.
Yeah. And then like some of those pieces you really have to think about. But, you know, think about it. He's been doing it.
How long-
Like his 9th trip in Paris.
How long have you been buying? Obviously, like not
I've never been like, you know, official buyer anywhere. I've been, as long as I've been at 151, I've definitely been involved in the buying process. But at the end of the day, Amir's the buyer. He handles all that. You know, he doesn't rely on anybody, which is the best way to do it.
I didn't know if like maybe your pops like,
So I used to buy a little bit for the stores back then too, and I made my first rookie mistake.
yeah, what was
You know,
it?
I just went OD on Ralph Lauren footwear at the time. We had a Ralph Lauren account, and it was the winter, fall winter.
Polo boots went crazy.
Yeah, polo boots. You know, and I was like, polo boots, we gotta have them all. So we sold everything out. It wasn't bad.
Right.
You know, really, honestly, it wasn't like, but just compared to how they bought, you know, I came in and put in like a crazy order. And like, I remember my uncle telling me, like, hey, Unks, you know, normally I place, you know, this amount with them, you know, this is what your order is. You know, he's like, I'm gonna put it in, you know. I'm like, honestly, Unks, like, I'm there every day. I think we have the client. I think we have enough people asking for polo shoes that we can
What
push
age
these.
was this around?
This is 19.
19,
This is
okay.
fresh out of high school.
Right.
I hadn't even turned 19 yet. This was the summer leading into turning 19. And we got them in and we cranked them. We sold out of them. We don't have any left, you know.
Nice.
I mean, of course, 5 years later, or 9 years later, nah, damn.
I mean, how long did it take it to just?
It probably, you know, we probably sat on them for like a year, which is long. You don't want to sit on anything for a year. You know, we had to put some of them on sale. But we definitely made our money on it. You know, we
Right.
definitely, we didn't get our full investment, but that's retail, man. You know, like, that's what people don't understand about retail, fashion, retail, anything. A lot of profits sit on the racks, sit on the shelves, you know? So
Meaning, like, you're still gonna make profit off some of the stuff that, like,
yeah, but like, you know, if something in retail, or not in retail, in fashion, the thing is everything's time sensitive. So if anything sits too long, you have to discount it. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like, you want to get stuff gone right away. If the same thing's been sitting there for a year, now you have to market 50% off or 75% off, you know?
Right.
It's sometimes below cost. You know, if you're marketing anything 75% off, that's usually below cost. But you're just, at that point, you've already made your money, and now you're cutting into your profits, you know? That way you just put it into something that you know is going to sell, something new, you know? And that's fashion. Fashion is always changing.
right. You have to stay relevant, basically. You have to stay
Absolutely, yeah.
in the know. Speaking of like kind of that, like we actually seen a new brand right after the Casablanca. Was it? I think it was Neymar.
Nahima, or Nahimas?
We seen it one time.
Yeah, it's like NHIMAS.
Nahimas. Yeah, it might be that.
But it's a very, very cool brand.
That was cool for like to go from like something like I already know I like, you know. So I'm looking through all the clothes, but I already know, to go to like a completely new brand that I've never heard of and be like, damn, like do I believe in the story? And the salesman, he'll break down the story for you. So this
Right.
dude, he was an intern at Amiri, and he had like a troubled past growing up. He like went to like boot camps as like a child, and then had like a turnaround. So like his story is a lot different from your typical fashion designer. So that was really cool, like to hear his
sure.
different story, and then see we had carpenter pants.
Yep.
Felt
It was
West Coast. to me.
yeah, very like almost luxury, like skate,
Yeah, it was like luxury skate,
yeah,
like
luxury skatewear, or I don't even streetwear, luxury streetwear, but it had a skate vibe to it, you know.
Right.
Baggy pants, oversized sweaters.
At first, I didn't know if we were even gonna like. I thought he was just showing us that stuff. Like I
Right.
didn't think that we were even gonna like buy it. I thought he just had to show that.
Well, I know Amir's been like knows the owner of the brand, and he met him through Drew actually. That's like one of his homies,
Tight.
Drew's homies. So he invited him to the fashion show. We were supposed to hit that fashion show on Saturday, but we got here Saturday night or like Saturday afternoons. By the time we got here, the show was going on. But they've been like in contact for a little while,
Okay.
And I think it was just the sales rep for Casablanca. That showroom also shows Nahimas. They carry it, so it's kind of like an easy, quick transition, And I've been a sales rep before too. That's a good thing about like being a sales rep and having a good brand under your belt, because then another brand's gonna come to you knowing you have access to certain accounts through that brand, and offer you this brand. And now every store you go to, you have an opportunity to make a commission on both accounts, So that's how a lot of these guys build their showrooms. They just pick up new brands, and a lot of them will ride off one big brand.
Right, because we went to a second showroom the next day where we seen the Raf Simmons footwear, and he also introduced us to I think maybe 3 new brands.
What was it? Natural Human Resources?
Yeah, it was the footwear. One did footwear. One did it was two other ones did outerwear. One was like kind of Stone Island-ish, and then other one I posted on my Instagram. They did like these crazy hexagon like puffers and like
Very conceptual.
yeah, very conceptual. Lots of like pastel puffers and stuff. They were cool.
They were fire.
I think obviously like us being in Arizona wasn't
Makes it
like
difficult.
really thinking about it too much, but that was like a total different vibe of that showroom. It was one dude. He just kind of took us around a smaller room, and that was really quick. Seen the footwear.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, I like that color, this one. Boom. Took some pictures. I was seeing brought on the new footwear brand, and when he gave us a story about that too. Then we're like, yeah, like that, and the loafers. That one was cool. I kind of sat back on that one and watched y'all.
Yeah. I mean, I usually sit back and let Amir do most of it, And then if he wants my input, I'll give it to him. But a lot of times I don't want to like cloud his process either, and make it any more difficult than it already is.
Right.
Even though it's not difficult. I mean, it's definitely, anything in life is difficult to a sense, It's not rocket science by any means. But again, like I said, buying makes or breaks the store. So you have to really think about these collections.
Right.
And then, when you're dealing with footwear, you kind of have to reflect on what other orders you've placed for that season, like what colors are in the collection, so that you can kind of correlate the shoes somewhere in there.
That was another thing I learned, like to kind of you want your collection that you choose to like really give a good presentation of like the collection that the designer made. So like basically if like Dries did a lot of like sequence stuff, we're like make sure we have some of that sequence stuff he did because he's really pushing that. So that's going to help your push as well.
Because you don't want the main pieces from the collection that they're pushing, that they're putting on everyone, to not be available in store.
Right.
And some of them, sometimes those pieces don't sell. Sometimes they're a little out there, but you have to have them for the guy who's really trying to make a statement.
Right.
I think a lot of times we always have that piece for those guys. Which is why we have been holding it down for a while now.
A good amount of time. Do you have any questions for me as far as like some
so what do you think? Well, yeah, how do you feel, man?
Interview me.
First time in Paris.
Bro, I feel good, bro.
I mean, I know it's a little colder, but
I feel good, bro. I feel like obviously it was last minute for all of us type shit. So after scurrying around, getting my vaccine, getting my COVID test, and then bro, I'm still packing. We're all packing till like literally 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm linking up with bro, give him some cards to take over, and but basically like after all that, then I finally started to be like, okay, I went to sleep, but then I woke up and I was like, okay, like I feel calm, feel good. I'm about to be just like open. I'm just gonna experience it type shit. But I do want to make sure I get the podcast done and hopefully interview. Those are like at least my 2 goals. And when I landed, I was all googly eyed still. So went around the city, looked at the Arc, ran across the fucking
Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, the Eiffel Tower.
The Louvre, probably.
The Louvre. I was wearing the same exact fit, cold than a bitch outside. And then
yeah, it was cold this time, chilly.
after that, it was linked with y'all.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was gonna be here. He's telling me he's leaving Phoenix at 8:30. I'm thinking like 8:30 in the evening, and we pull up to the Airbnb, and who comes and opens the door? Albert, and I'm like, oh, what's the deal, baby?
What's the deal? Beat you to the punch type shit. Yeah, I forgot you forgot.
No, I was glad you got a little head start. Got to see it because we were tired.
Yeah, but I think that's when we went to Caesars.
Right, that's when we saw everybody that night.
Bro, Caesars, insane
Movie.
I just
It's always a movie at Caesars though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I've heard some cool, like crazy, like that. We've seen some people, but like nothing compared to like what they seen a couple years ago. You know, post COVID's, I guess, been different.
Right, everybody's excited.
Yeah, you know, it would have been cool to experience it pre-COVID because that's when like everyone.
Oh, we went to Dave. We went to Dave Chappelle before that.
Oh my God, how we
okay,
forget?
yeah. So these niggas land, bro. He basically Amir hits me like, yo.
Yeah,
he's like, I got a surprise, and I'm like, all right, bet, whatever. I'm just with it, type shit. And he's like, yo, we're going to Dave Chappelle. I'm like, oh, what the fuck, bro? This is sick. Like, this is already like, I'm already in Paris unexpectedly, really. Like, now we're going to go see Dave Chappelle. Basically, we end up going seeing Dave Chappelle. They have to take your phones, all that. I'm stoked. I'm already like, I'm hitting stizzy. I'm high. I'm kind of a little faded too. I'm like, let's do this, bro. The first two people that, who was what were the names? I forgot the.
Josh Ross, John Cat.
You know, you good.
Is it John Ross?
I don't even know.
John Ross. John Ross and I forget the
some female
lady's name.
But she like they were both cool. They were both like
good.
Whatever. But I mean, we were waiting for Dave, bro. And when the ones Dave got on, it was so organic and the jokes like.
Well, first of all, he came out freestyling.
Oh yeah.
So Dave came out freestyling. He had a couple. What artists did he have there?
Yeah, Mos Def
and Mos Def. He had Mary Kate and Ashley backstage. I'm pretty sure Ye was there too.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Ye was there.
He said he was in the building.
Yeah, he didn't pop on stage. It was a movie, man. It was crazy. Like how he came out rapping, and then how he just. It was Dave Chappelle
closed
in
out
Paris.
to niggas in Paris, bro.
Yeah, it was Dave Chappelle
unexpectedly.
in Paris.
Like
it wasn't like an American set. It was a set targeted towards the French.
Right.
So it was cool. It was definitely a unique Dave show. I felt like he winged a lot of it. There were just times where he would just kind of look down, and like a lot of it was like with the crowd. There was a lot of interaction.
Oh yeah, a lot of interaction with the crowd. He would like let people like tell their story, give the mic to him. He's like, no, this is good. Clown him, fucking steady smoking cigarettes, and we're on the first floor, like we're right there, so you can see the cigarette smoke and like him reach and take his pot out, looking for his lighter.
Rick down.
Yeah, all the way Rick down.
That was crazy.
The new Rick Ramones with the fat laces and shit.
He had the jacket with no back, so like he would just like bend over and start. The whole joke was my butt's out. That's all he kept saying. It's like his butt's out. It was just the dumbest, funniest thing. But he probably spent a couple $1,000s on that jacket
for sure,
just to say that. He incorporated that into his act.
Right.
I thought that was funny. It was just cool. It was the best comedy show I've ever been to, hands down.
I was spooked when I thought I lost my phone for a second.
Oh yeah, that was horrible. It was in the seat.
It was in the seat, but I was running around though, like mid-show. I'm like at the end type shit though. I'm like looking around, talking to the fucking French people there, helping me out and shit. But I mean, thank God it was right there.
Yeah, I'm like looking at all their feet. They're looking at me like, "What are you looking for?"
Bro, I touched a girl's ankle. She looked at me so crazy. The girls that were in front of us, I accidentally touched her ankle.
I do remember that. But it wasn't even girls. It was a girl and her boyfriend.
Yeah. She was like, "What the fuck?"
Facts.
There was already like weird shit going on too.
Oh yeah, remember the dude that was like almost getting kicked out of the show?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
He was tripping.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh, and then after that's when we went to Caesars. And then this, bro, I feel like I've never really been starstruck, but I think like in there it was like I was like, oh shit, I definitely was kind of like.
I forgot Gunna was there too.
Bro, okay, so basically we walk into a restaurant called Caesars. It's all like super bougie, all like your favorite celebrities are there. It's just like one of those kind of things, super tight inside, all red, gold. Basically, we walked straight to the back on some like VIP type shit because we're getting escorted with one of the homies.
Yeah, mind you, Caesar has a line out the door.
Yeah. So
we mentioned that. We skipped the whole line,
all that.
Walk right in, go to the back.
Bro, as I go to the back, I'm following this nigga fucking all day in the mirror, and I look to my left. This is like right when we get to the back door. I see, it was like a music video. It was like perfect timing. Gunna cheers his like wine glass and is just like smiling. And this nigga just went fucking #1 2 weeks in a row, beat the weekend, 2 weeks in a row. This nigga's turned, bro, out in Paris Fashion Week. I see that Ching. I'm seeing like, just like other random.
Bush
like,
was there. Bari was there.
Bari was there. Kanye was there. Julia Fox was in the back. And this is all like the smallest room. Like nothing, there's no way it's bigger than this. Like, and who else? It was like Justin LeBoy. But anyways, it was just like everybody in this small little room.
Justin.
And I feel like we came at the perfect time. And then what we do? We got some food, took some shots of 1942, and fucking went home. Just politics, kicked it.
Remember, I was so tired off the flight. I don't even remember what we ate.
Yeah, I was.
But
I was
the lobster
exhausted.
ravioli. Oh my!
It was busting.
What you need me? This guy.
They say I don't eat much. These guys eat all the time. We book a reservation. We just ate.
We only ate we didn't even eat that much.
We ate a lot.
All I'm saying is lobster ravioli, half the ravioli.
It was great.
still
Don't
on
get
the
me wrong.
plate.
It was every place that we've been to. It was
Every
like,
place we went to, I was eating his leftovers. Straight up.
he only ate the fried leftovers.
No,
the
and
fries.
I ate some of the ravioli.
Oh, you did?
Well, I just ate the sauce with the bread.
Oh yeah, nigga, you stood over me, nigga, when I was like, we're all about to leave, trying to get out and shit.
We're all leaving,
sliding through. This
you know,
nigga
I'm just
grabs
eating
like
bread
the
and
bread, starts sliding
sauce.
on my plate.
What was crazy is, remember, so we go to the back room. We can't, there's no tables in the back room. So we're like chilling by the bar waiting for one of the tables to clear up. We were hungry, honestly. Like, we didn't even know it was going to be that crazy over there. We really just wanted to eat. And like right now in Paris, nothing's open except for restaurants and like shopping, but there's no like clubs or no nightlife really. So like all of these little restaurants turn into like little clubs. This is why everyone was there at the time. So they're all sitting there in the back. So after like 5-10 minutes, they finally got us a table. We sat down, and I remember we ended up sitting next to that one girl who was a lobbyist. So she's a lobbyist, which is cool. I think the cool thing about Paris is like everybody you meet is doing something pretty interesting. You know, like I only heard about lobbyists in school. You know,
Right.
I've never met a real life lobbyist. But she literally would get up and talk to every single celebrity that came. Like these girls were like sitting there outside of the back room waiting for the celebrities to walk so that they could like make their, like, you know, shoot their shot.
Right.
And she was landing.
No, she was landing.
Bro. She had Reese LaFleur. She got Gunna. Remember?
But she
we
got
were
Gunna
there.
at
Like
the
Gunna
end.
was just chilling at our table talking to her, and then literally like an hour later, I see her post on Instagram like in Gunna's lap. You know?
But the way she got up though, like it's like Gunna's leaving, right? This is like I feel like Gunna was like the star of the show, like in the room
Yeah, of
type
course.
shit. So fucking as soon as Gunna leaves, like she just gets up like literally out of nowhere just to go like she's like, hey, da da da. You just see this nigga Gunna smiling ear to ear, like
Facts.
and then
And mind you, she's wearing a pink suit.
Oh, yeah,
With,
pink
like the
suit.
shoulder pads, looking like, you know, she's what was that one lady, Legally Blonde? Like she just looks like she's very professional. She seemed like she had something going on.
right.
You know?
You think that's why he was even fucking
mean,
with her type shit?
Not necessarily, but I think that helped her for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
You know,
So that happened. That was a big thing.
that was
And
like the
then-
first night.
Yeah, that was all within the first night. Then after that, it was Casa and then the showroom.
Yeah. That night and the after party, they all went to Cafe Chic. We ended up sliding. We were tired, honestly. I don't know how your trip was, but
I was
we
tired.
pulled an all-nighter, drove to LA.
I was knocked by that point. That's why I did the double shot because I was trying to be up on some shit. I didn't want to be like, I don't know. Down.
Well, I don't know if you remember at Dave. So when we were at Dave, I was falling asleep, and not like before anybody came out, I was low key tired. So I was like nodding off, and I was like, you know what? I looked at Albert. I was like, yo, I'm gonna just get me like a little 15, 20 minutes in so I can really enjoy the show. And that's exactly what I did.
It worked.
I was up for the rest of the night.
Yeah, we were there early. It was like
Yeah, we were there super early.
it wasn't bad. It was a perfect time to. The nigga was just playing nothing but like some regular ass music and shit.
Yeah, it was.
He wasn't even vibing out. Everybody's gonna ask, what's up with these Louis Vuitton bags behind us?
Oh yeah. So all these bags right here, these are one of the homies.
They're all days.
Nah, they're not mine.
They're all days. This nigga Marco, you know, he knows this nigga's rich. Everybody knows he's rich. This guy, that's why,
Nah,
you know,
this
he
is one
come
of
with
our-
these guys.
Nah, this is actually so it's one of the homies, like a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And he does like, you know, he makes like garments out of like designer scarves. So like these are all like Louis scarves. This is like all these bags, Louis scarves, you know? just like a bunch of scarves. And they basically take the scarves and they make like garments. So like he'll make like Kodak shops with them. There's a bunch of guys that shop with them.
Yeah, his name's
T
from Exclusive Game.
Good friend of our guy, Drew.
But I put them bitches up just so y'all can click on this motherfucker.
Really for the aesthetic, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But don't believe the story, though. That's not, bro, shit. That's really all days. This nigga bought no scars, bro. We live in Arizona. This nigga got fucking...
I had to just spoil my mom. You know, I got a lot of sisters.
Gifts?
Yeah, gifts.
I got my girl gift. I got her Palm Angels little top. I don't know if it's going to fit her, though. Hopefully it does. It was a small. She's usually like a medium. We'll be fine. Look a little tight. Oh, that's what everybody says.
No, I mean, honestly, it's a thought that counts, I think, right?
Yeah. Oh, no.
I had to go crazy because the first time I came out here, I didn't buy them anything. I bought, like, some books from the Louvre for the kids, and I didn't buy anybody else anything because I was honestly, like,
for the kids, man. You know all day for the kids. You don't give a fuck about the...
I bought my mom Monopoly.
I
I bought her a Louvre Monopoly for the crib. She could bust it out on her friends and be like, oh, you know, they're not ever going to play Monopoly. That was really... I don't know what I was thinking.
When you said your mom's bougie, so you maybe just wanted to... You didn't know what to get. You just got her some shit.
I got her some little garments.
I went to Kith twice. Can we talk about Kith? I love Kith.
Oh, yeah. Kith is one of my favorite stores in Paris.
Bro, what? I mean, we talked about Kith on the podcast before with this like, Khaled and shit. He's like, bro, the one in fucking Paris, I finally go to the one in Paris. They got a Sedell's in that bitch. That's literally, quote unquote, what he said. But no, it's 3 stories. I did a lot of filming of it too. But just hella good brands. There's like a whole home good section on the bottom. Of course, they got Kith treats where you can get like
white marble everywhere.
Ice cream. Oh yeah, white marble, the whole spot. Grass walls that like say Kith. It was beautiful. You guys will see the vlog, but just like definitely watch that vlog.
See it. It's just I'm not even gonna talk about it. You gotta see it.
Shit, and then, bro, basically,
how'd you like the food? I mean, we'll get back to the fashion, but let's just take a break. What's up with the food? How do you like the food?
Bro, I love the food. Honestly, I
you
feel
never
like
ate.
If I were to come out to Paris,
but he just doesn't eat like me.
I eat all the food. Literally eat all the food.
You didn't even finish your noodles tonight. We went to some like ramen spot, Japanese spot.
It was good.
Michelin guide. It's probably not a Michelin star, but I'm sure the chef has a Michelin star somewhere.
Yeah.
But it was a great place. By the way, Amir is the #1 concierge. Like, if you need somewhere to go, the man will send you to the best restaurants, the best little spots. Like, bro, honestly, I think the reason why my Paris trips are so great, actually, I know the reason why my Paris trips are so great, because Amir has been here 10 times and has already, like, learned what not to do when you're here.
Right.
You know, like, he knows how to move in Paris. Like, there's people that come here and they don't have anything good to say, or just they didn't love it the way I did, and I think that's just because they're not doing it right. But I mean, you got to experience it this time. We also had a couple. It was actually a little stricter this time than it was last time.
A lot more.
You know, like yesterday.
From COVID.
Yeah, we went to when did we go to Hotel Kostas? The second night. Mm-hmm. So we went to Hotel Kostas. They let us in fine. We gave them our vaccines, no problem. We go back the next day. I like the French toast. I wanted more French toast. If we get there,
look up Hotel Kostas too. It's probably my favorite restaurant.
So, by the way, it's one of the most like well-renowned hotels in Paris in general.
Picasso used to go there. Like, I think somebody
no Cafe de Flora was where I'm sure he'd been there, but Casa de Flora, which was like the little cafe we went to.
That's where
Picasso used to go sit down and. Like, I don't know if he used to paint or what he used to do there, but he used to sit
probably used to sit there and cook up.
What do you think? Yeah, inspiration.
The food, though, bro.
Great
and remarkable. I mean, like you said, just going with Amir, like, him just knowing all the food spots, but even besides that, like, you just always have, like, something to do. It's always, like, there's really not even no downtime too much.
Right.
Like,
I mean, if there is downtime, we, like, pop into a cafe real quick.
Right.
Connect to the Wi-Fi, see what's good back home, drink a coffee real quick, espresso.
Right.
Wash it down with some water and hit it.
Like, if you're traveling with me, like, yeah, we're going to go do some shit, bro. But, like, it's not down like that.
Albert is dedicated to the podcast, man. Y'all need to appreciate the man. He puts a lot of time in.
Come back, start editing.
Yeah, like, I would be sitting here because I get here and I'm done. I was wearing my puffer the whole time. I would lay on this couch, like we say we're gonna do something, but I just sit on the couch and I just hear like the clips of like the day, like like me talking to somebody or like Albert talking, and then I just wake up like 30, 45 minutes later and I'm just going to sleep.
He'll ask me a question. He'll pop up like I'm editing the vlog, but he'll pop up. The podcast done, and then just go right back to sleep.
Because honestly, I'd
He'd be so
excited.
comfy, so knocked out, like. And I know that you're interested in what I'm doing type shit, but like you just be so sleepy, like you like, podcast done good. You just be checking on shit like at all times type shit.
Honestly, I was half asleep. I don't even remember, but I was. I'm definitely excited to see like the footage you got from the trip.
Oh yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of things that we did that we don't even remember right now that they'll enjoy. You know?
All right. I feel like you guys like wish you guys had more like timestamps or just more like like documentation. Just I feel like everybody kind of does like
exactly. I mean honestly,
go on trips.
I feel like when I try to do it, sometimes I miss a lot of things because I'm on my camera. So like I'm watching everything through my phone instead of like just soaking it in real life. So that's why like a lot of times I like to put it away. But this time it was just so cold. So I didn't want to pull my phone out unless I needed to. During the day was different, but
Space Invader.
Yeah, Space Invader had us.
We were taking a picture of all the Space Invader art pieces. If you guys haven't seen it, it's usually like an 8-bit stained glass art piece that's like around all throughout Paris and all throughout the world, actually. I've seen some in Japan too. But every single time we see one, we would stop. I would take a clip. He would take a pic. Just like some good little like collection type shit.
Cool. Give you a reason to look up when you're walking through the city,
But we got Milan after this.
Oh, yeah, Milan tomorrow. So we're literally, we're here tonight. We're giving you guys the podcast. We might go get some interviews. I mean, I was telling Albert.
He wants to do interviews.
Albert, okay, I'm a single man. I want to get married. I'm a Muslim man. Everybody knows that. I'm not out here on the rendezvous, pas les trois, voila magic. But what I am out here on is the people. I just want to talk to the people. And I feel like there's a lot of people in Paris that we didn't get to speak to. But I mean, I know it's not what you really do, But I think I'm going to bring that aspect to the podcast. So in case I didn't really even introduce myself, Albert did introduce me, but I'm the new out-of-town, locked-in co-host. So if I'm out of town with Albert, I'm going to co-host a podcast, and I'm going to start giving little interviews with the people in the streets.
On the streets?
Whatever country we go to.
Just the out-of-town segment.
Out of town.
Locked in, out of town.
Exactly. Locked in, out of town. Lock in with the locals. We can't really lock in out of town if we're not
unless you
talking
tapped
with the locals.
in. Right.
So we got to tap in with them. That's honestly like one of my favorite parts of Paris too. Is like
talking to the locals.
The people are cool. That one Uber driver we met, he was cool. There was one dude today, like Amir was just like waiting to light his cigarette. Like he had the lighter in his hand, but he was just like kind of standing there waiting. And he like turns and the guy already has the lighter in his face. Like he thought Amir needed a lighter. He just boom, light the cigarette for him. Like they're friendly. Like people say the French aren't friendly. But they really are,
You're here to tell them they are friendly.
Yeah, they are. I mean, sometimes, like anywhere you go, people are having a bad day.
No, but for the most part, everybody, that like got out your way, they weren't like giving me like crazy looks. I actually felt more welcome, like just being black, honestly.
Yeah, it's definitely,
which I didn't even know like how it would be. I just treated it like it was going to be America. I don't know. And it doesn't get really worse than that, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah. I feel like America, it's hit or miss with where you are. Definitely like with the cops,
Right.
Like out there is way different. I feel like out here the cops are pretty cool.
Yeah.
They kind of all, it's pretty, I don't know. Did you get any like footage of the cops out here?
No.
So like they're just in these vans. It'll be like, they're really just soldiers.
I'll make sure it's recording. Keep going.
You're good. It'll be like 20 of them in a van, And they'll just be posted up. It's like they're waiting for something to happen so they can just like send the army. But was it recording?
No, it stopped recording. But like sometimes if it does that, I throw like the thumbnail in between. So it'll like record for 30 minutes and then quit. And then like if it fucks up, usually that's why I have Denzel to do it.
Right.
Yeah. But we're still good though.
It's all good. But I just think the cops out here.
They're cool. They're different. They have vans too, I think, in Japan. But they be like mean mugging. They're on the side with the guns, like, and you just be bonjour and and all of them.
Yeah, I'm bonsoir. No, I just be bonsoir. Bonsoir, monsieur. That's what I tell the police officers that when they're men. When they're women,
Bonjour,
I tell them,
bonsoir.
bonsoir, madame.
What are you excited about for Italy? I'm excited straight. Like,
Pizza. No, I'm really excited. Honestly, see a cold wall tomorrow. If we're gonna talk, like, not even like, even if we weren't talking fashion, that's I'm very excited to see a cold wall. It's always been one of my favorite brands since Amir put me on when I first started working with them again, and I just think Sam Ross does an amazing job, bro. I think
Yeah.
he's one of the best like designers right now, in my opinion. You know,
Yeah.
just the function behind a lot of his pieces. You know, and you know the colors and the cuts. They're clean. They're unique, and they're very simple. You can like dress them up or dress them down. you
right.
know?
And he'll have like some crazy pieces in there. I watched some of the show, so I've seen some of the pieces before.
What's the deal, baby?
Yo,
The Don.
we got a mirror in the back.
He has a rose. And
Getting ready. I think we finna head out after this, honestly.
yeah, in a
just
little
had
bit
it.
we're gonna head out. We gotta hit the streets one time. Probably get some content. But we got time. We got time.
Yeah, we got time.
What are you most excited for about
From Milan, I'm excited for the new guards.
Oh yeah, new guards, of course.
I'm excited for what's the deal? We got the man right here. I'm excited for the
Yeah, pop out in the window. Those are really all Mirror's bags, by the way. I'm on.
I'm excited for the new guards group because it's gonna be really like professional, you know?
Yeah, it's gonna
a
be
little different, right?
the most work we had since we've been here. You know, you got 6 meetings back to back to back to back to back. So
I went to
That'll be
the Dries one was actually a little bit different. I know you didn't get to go inside that showroom, but
yeah,
during that
Dries-
selection, it was really like there were so many clothes. It was kind of actually like hard to choose from, but it was a lot more professional. They had desks. You sat down with one person. She explained to you like your order and then like the collection, and then that's when we got to go around and like you got to pick pieces and actually put it on the model, and then the model will come back out with the whole fit that you chose. And you're
no
like,
wonder
"All
you
right."
guys took so long.
Yeah, it was hard. It was tight. So I wonder if like New Guards is kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? Just as, on some professional, like
Yeah,
just seeing how they do it. I like to just see.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume Dries is probably one of, in my opinion, like one of the most luxury brands we carry. So I would assume, you know, they do things a little bit more professional than everybody. But I don't know. I mean, you know, if you look at just the brand itself, compare, and in New Guards, there's great brands too.
Right.
You know, it's still luxury streetwear.
Right.
I feel like personally, I don't know.
I know what you mean though. If you look at the brand, like the whole brand is like
Yeah, it's like
they've been doing this shit forever.
Right,
Like
I mean-
they got this shit.
yeah, he graduated with Margiela, above Margiela in his class, you know. So, like he's especially here in Europe, like they are very, like they hold themselves to a high standard, you know, and they've been doing this like you said forever.
Right.
So, you know, Off-White really in reality is less than a decade old.
Super new. What else have we said? Or news that's came out since we've been out here? Palm Angels dropped or said that they're gonna do a Gunna
Oh, yeah,
Palm
no, I
Angels
don't-
collab. It's just on one T though. I looked it up. I seen it. It's just
Yeah.
gonna be one little Pusha P T.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, they already like announced that online too.
Yeah, I seen it was part of like one of the marketing. It was like, let's do a shirt. Like they act like Gunna texted Palm Angels and they're like, all right, bet we gonna do it, P.
Okay,
And then yeah.
that's dope.
I think it would be good. I think it will do well. It was surprising to see it at first. I was like, "Oh, damn, this nigga."
Yeah, I mean,
He
it
really
is.
doing it.
But it's like I think that's where the culture's going. I think that's where luxury fashion is going. You know,
Yeah.
at least for now. We'll see where it goes, or we'll see where hip hop goes, right? Because I think at the end of the day, like I've always been in like urban streetwear since I was a kid. So luxury is new to streetwear, in my opinion. You know, and really in reality, like there weren't too many like luxury streetwear brands. Now you have the hip hop industry, the rap industry. Most of these artists they wear luxury fashion. So these luxury brands, of course, they're gonna capitalize on
to
this
that.
entire market. You know, these guys they follow the artists.
Right. And plus, that's I mean, that's like the biggest footprint that Virgil left here was merging those two. You know, we got
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Louis Vuitton
mean,
Air Force
yeah.
One out of it. From grabbing all like the rappers and tapping in with the culture and really like kind of getting them like
No facts. I think Virgil was smart enough and like strategic enough in the way that he moved to get it done. Because
Right.
like I think if we're gonna talk about who merged the cultures, my opinion, it's Ye. Personally, you know, I think Kanye merged the culture. I think we know without Ye, there's no Virgil.
Right.
So, as far as in the fashion world, you know, but
You're right,
Virgil
though.
definitely, you're
he
right. He
merged that
definitely
culture.
he took it to a different level.
Yeah, but he left that footprint. It's like, oh, it's here to stay. We're all
Fact.
fucking with this,
Yeah.
no matter what happens. Like
Absolutely.
if you die, type shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he pretty much embedded them,
Right.
You know, hip hop into luxury. And I mean, you could even, you know, break it down to the African American culture in general. You know, in reality. Like,
Right. Just being
yeah, because like Ye had a collab with Louis, but Ye never was creative director of Louis.
right.
You know, like that was Louis Vuitton. We're talking about the biggest brand in the land.
And you got to make his own silhouette.
Yeah.
Right. Which is kind of like Nike didn't. Oh no, Nike let him make his own silhouette as well too.
Who?
Kanye.
Yeah.
But they didn't give him no royalties. That's where he was
Right.
upset.
Right. I mean, they really didn't give him a title.
Right.
Like Virgil's pretty much, I mean, the top guy. I mean, of course, besides your top executives, but as far as on the fashion team, the fashion guy, he's the guy. He's the creative director.
Remember those the Virgil graffiti while we were like shopping?
Did you get some pictures of that?
Yeah,
so
I
you'll
got
put
some
it in the vlog.
Yeah. I'll probably put it up in this too. I use that.
I had some pictures too, but it was it was all over the place.
Yeah, it was all over.
They were always cool, like his quote. Virgil was great, man.
That was cool just to see like out in Paris, like in the like the most fashiony, like Europe. It's white
Right.
and it's like RIP
Yeah.
big V, and then you see like a mule over his face, like almost feels like Biggie or something.
Right, facts.
Yeah.
What's crazy is last time I was here, we were at Off-White's newest store. It was actually me and Drew. Amir was there with us, and then he went to the Airbnb. And I was cashing out, and I was getting ready to leave. And the manager at the time, because I was shopping with him, was telling him, oh, you know, I work at a store. We have an Off-White account, you know, boom, boom, whatever. And he's like, oh, very cool. And he's like, spoke very, like he had a very heavy, he spoke English, but he had a very heavy French accent. I couldn't really understand him. So he was actually telling me, oh, Virgil's coming in. Wait right here. I'll introduce you.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, okay, you know.
Right.
And then my sales associate had come and brought me my bags. And like at that point, I had been in the store for an hour. So I was like ready to leave. And Drew was ready. So we're all leaving. Amir was already waiting for us. So we leave, and as I'm walking out, who's walking in? Virgil. And the manager's looking at me.
Big V.
Yeah, the manager looked at me like I was crazy. Because, like, he just told me, like, yo, I'm bringing Virgil, you know? But the way he said it, I really didn't know what he was saying. He just told me, wait right here. I'll be back. But, you know, I didn't know what he was talking about. So I just walked out. But I seen Virgil, and I stopped. I was like, oh, what's up, my man? You know, I just played it off. I felt like I had known him forever. Like, you know, he's just, like, a very humble guy. Big, though, you know, big in stature. He's very tall. Remember, he had the Off-White ones on before they released the yellow ones. They were called. He just had a hard fit.
Right.
And just very humble. He's like, oh, what's up, my man? And Drew went back and, of course, asked for a picture. I can't ask people for pictures.
Looking back at it, you kind of...
Yeah, I mean, I wish I did. I swear.
Right,
like,
right.
Looking back on it, I was thinking about it on this trip. I was like, man, you know what? That's a prime example of, like, not missing out on certain opportunities. You know, like, I was thinking in my head, like, you know, I'll go to the Off-White show next time I'm out here.
I'll see him.
I'll catch him. Just let me plant the seed, say what's up to him. You know, and hopefully we can do some business with him in the future, you know?
Right.
Not like, hey, man, can I get a picture with you? Plus, I know he's at the store. He's busy. You know, this is his new store. He's probably got stuff he's got to check up on. But Drew, being a designer, I completely understood why he did, you know? And I respected him for that. I was happy he got that picture, too, because that was like a timestamp.
Right.
But, yeah, he's a cool guy, man.
No, I
Rest
never
in
take the
peace,
pictures,
Virgil.
and sometimes I regret it. Like, sometimes, you know, like, I mean, I damn near wasn't even going to take the picture with fucking Mona Lisa
Yeah,
today.
he didn't. Shout
That's
out
not
to
even a
Amir.
nigga.
Amir's the only reason why he ended up taking a picture with Mona Lisa.
Mona.
My shorty,
he pushed
Mona.
me. He's like, yo, he's like, no, make sure you go get your picture, man. Go get your picture. I'm like, all right, bet.
Yeah, I think you have to. Like, when you're in Paris, you have to take a picture of Mona Lisa. I took my picture of Mona Lisa the first time.
You got to.
It's actually so much smaller than, like...
Than what you think type shit.
So you have to put it, like, you have to put it in perspective for the people back home.
Right.
Let them know.
I low-key knew the size just purely based off the Jay-Z video. Like, I feel like I've already been.
Oh, Jay-Z did a video in the Louvre?
Yeah, insane.
Wow. What movie, what song was that?
It was, yeah, him and Beyonce. I forgot the name of the song. It was one of those big.
Wow.
Man. Shit. Well, I know we about to bounce out soon, and I have. They are? Yeah, see? Basically bouncing out. I appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
me.
for running this podcast with me, my
brother
boy,
Albert.
out-of-town co-host.
It was fun. We had a lot of fun. It was a little chilly this time, but we're going to have more fun next time. We're going to have more fun in Milan. Actually, I don't know if we'll be able to have more fun, but we're going to have some fun in Milan.
We're going to have it equally as fun. Bonjour, bonjour.
Bonsoir. Bonne nuit.